Great. Thank you very much. So, hey everybody, welcome to another stream to my channel. Today we are going to talk about how to find your first job in the tech industry as a programmer, or maybe if you are working in another field, that's also fine. I'm going to share you some of my experiences, and hopefully, if you are a student right now and looking for a job, I think this live stream might be helpful for you. I'm going to share a couple of ways that you can do that. And the first one is, let's choose the banner. I think you should be able to see it now. The first one is by referrals. So just let me know if you can see the banner. All right, great, thanks. Okay, so the first one is by referrals. Referrals mean that someone you already know is already working in a company. That can be maybe a friend of yours or a neighbor, maybe. And knowing a referral that already works in a company can be beneficial for you to get a job in the same company. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be like 100% of a guarantee that will take you to the job if you know a referral. But the good side is that you will be probably invited for a job interview, even if you can't get the job. If you know a referral, you will get the job interview, and then you will get the technical interview, so you can have some experience, at least if you can't get the job. And if you can pass the technical interview, then you will also be able to maybe to get the job. I, for example, my first job, I could found it with a referral. A friend of mine, actually a couple of friends of mine from the same university, after we graduated, they started working in a company in our own local city. And I also applied a couple of months later for working there. And since they were good employees in that company, so they referred me my CV, and I also be able to get the job. Of course, I need to take the technical interview, the technical assignment first. And after I pass the technical interview, then I will be able to get the job. So referrals are a strong way to find the job. If you know anyone, then and if you are going to look for a job search, then starting with referrals will be a good idea. So this is the first way, but unfortunately not everyone knows anyone who works in a company. So there is also a second way, which is the internships. Like if you are a student now, and you can start looking for an internship program, which is also a very powerful way to find a job. Because when you achieve to get an internship while you are a student, the expectations they won't be so high from that company, because they already know that you are a student, and what actually they expect from you is to have an interest over the company, have an interest to the job, and asking a lot of questions, have an interest that for learning what they do there. So if you can achieve to find an internship, that will be a great way in the future for you to take the job. Because if you make good connections in the company, if you get to know a lot of people, and if you show that you are interested to learn new things, and you show some interest to the project, to the company, then at the end of the internship, or maybe even before ends, you will probably get a job offer from the company that you are having an internship program. So that's why I think that's a very good, a very powerful way to find your first job. If you can apply for an internship program at the beginning, I think that will be a powerful way for you to take your first job. But like I said, like today, many people are learning software development like self learners or boot camps, like not an ordinary university program or college program. So that's why it might be also harder to find an internship. So what you're gonna do if you don't know any referrals, or if you can't find an internship program, then you should start applying by yourself, which is actually the third way that you can do, which is that you need to send your CV or send your resume basically everywhere you can. And this is like even if you have a referral, or even if you are in an internship program, it may not end very well, or maybe you will not be that happy in that company. So somewhere in your career, you need to have a CV, and you need to start applying for many jobs. So like I said, you need to send your resume basically everywhere. But first of all, you need to prepare a clean and understandable resume. And I posted a video a couple of months ago about this resume thing for software developers. So I recommend you to watch that. After sending the resume, you also it can be beneficial for you to also attach a cover letter, like why you are interested in that job, and why you are the right candidate for taking that job, like a simple cover letter, or maybe the text that you will include in the cover letter, you should include that in your email and send it. So the HR department will probably read your cover letter first, and then they will ask you to join an interview. But what more important is that you need to apply as many jobs, as many openings as you can, because probably if you are at the beginning in your career, you're gonna receive lots of rejections from the companies, unfortunately, and you should get used to rejections, because like when you make like 50 job applications, maybe you will get an interview, 1 or 2 back. At the beginning, it's like this, because even if you apply to a entry level position or to a junior level position, companies expect you to have at least 1 or 2 years of experience, and this can be like a little bit difficult, because like every company wants experience, and when you are a student or when you have no experience in software development, then how can you achieve that? Then it's going to be difficult. But even if they write that in the job description, you should take a chance, and they will probably call you for an interview, even if you don't have any experience. So that they will ask you a question that how can you show them that you are a good candidate for example, for the web development job or for the mobile application development job. And in this case, you need to have an online presence. This can be a website of yours. Like you can build a simple website for yourself, and maybe you can include your CV there, or you can just show your work by building a website. That's especially better for web developers, for front-end developers. So at least you will have a website of your own, and you can show those people that, hey guys, look, I already have built a website for myself, and that will be like a good question for them. Like they will ask you, like, how did you build that website, and which technologies you have used, for example, and you can show them. Another good way is that you basically start a project by yourself, or you can find an example project from the web, and you just write the source code and you upload it to GitHub. GitHub, I think probably most of the developers know what it is. Let me write it as a comment. Like GitHub is an open source platform that you can upload your codes and show your work there. So if you have it's actually joining to GitHub is free. If you join to GitHub and if you upload some code there, you can at least show your work to your potential employer, and they can read your code, like how you write a code, or how much you can actually write a code, or what you built maybe. And after seeing that you are actually capable of writing some code, then you will probably continue making this interview process. Or as an alternative, another alternative is that you can attend, or you can find simple projects by yourself or over internet. You can take a freelance job, for example. It can be free. You don't have to take money at the beginning. If you can, that's great. But you can just find some simple projects, do some simple projects, and gain some experience over programming. So if you can show that to your employer, then you will increase your chance significantly to find a job, I believe. But some companies don't ask that deep. Some of the companies say just, okay, if you can show them a degree or something like that, then that will be enough, and they will directly take you to the technical interview steps, which is the next step I would like to talk. So after you being called to the interview process, you will have 2 or 3 interviews. And the first one will be the non-technical interview, that you just explain yourself, like who you are, where you live, and what you do, why do you apply for the position. They're gonna ask you some non-technical questions. And if you can make a couple of interviews, then you will get better at it. So you can answer the questions better, and you will see that most of the companies actually ask the same questions. So you will be able to pass the non-technical interview, and the second, then you will continue with the second interview, which is the technical interview. The technical interview can be an assignment, or some companies just invite you to their office. Currently, we cannot do that, but that might be possible again in the future. So you go there and you meet the team, and maybe they do that now online, I don't know. And after going to their office and seeing their projects, they might give you a little task to work on the same project, and then you can show your work even at the company. And if you have a good chemistry with the team and with the team lead, or maybe with the other employees there, then you might possibly get a job offer. So, but if you can't, that's okay, because the technical interviews are mostly not that difficult, but it's like very basic, simple programming they are asking. But sometimes they also ask very difficult, like they also make very difficult technical assignments. Some companies, not even junior developers, but also senior developers will have difficulties to solve the technical assignment. And if you see something like that, then it's okay. You can just try, and you can just gain some experience. And even if you can't pass the technical interview, that will be a good experience for you. So that's okay. What I believe is that you should make these interviews as much as possible. So in the future, that will be that you will have a very good experience of these interviews, and you will increase your chance to find a job, because the technical jobs like we do, it can be web design, or maybe programming, or another technical job. You need to show your technical background. So that's why if you are able to take many technical assignments, you will also improve. You will also improve yourself. I believe technical assignments are also important in this process. But surprisingly, some of the companies actually may not make any technical interview. They just interview you, and they just give you the project and give you the job. That's also a possibility. So just don't get shocked if you don't get any technical interview. That can also happen. So after passing the technical interview, if you can achieve that, then you will get the job offer finally. But that's not all, because after you get the job, then you need to stay there for a while, because if you leave your job quickly, or if you can't stay there for a while, then you just go back to the beginning. So and that's not really good. So that's why I suggest you, if after getting your first job, to stay there for at least 1 year, even 2, maybe that's much better if you can. So after getting the job, just don't quit that quickly, and try to stay there for a while, because in the future that will bring you much more benefits. First of all, for example, if you can achieve to stay longer than 1 year in your first job, then you can find your next job much easier, and also you will have some experience, like how things go in a company, so that you will have a better vision, like how you want to move your career. Maybe you are working in a startup and you want to go in a large company, or maybe you are working in a large company and you want to go in a mid-sized company. Everything is possible. So that's why I think you should stay in your first job like 1 year or so that you will have some experience, like how things work, how the projects are done, how the assignments are done, how big is your team, how many people join and leave, because in development, people change their jobs very quickly. So if you stay there a long time, you will see that half of your team, or maybe the complete team, will leave after a couple of years. It's like today it's kind of difficult to stay in a job for maybe like 10 years or 20 years in the same company, but I think it's still possible to stay there like 1 or 2 years in the same project or so. But mostly I see that the problem people have is that not with the companies, but with the projects. Like if the project is very difficult or complicated, then people just leave their projects and they just find another job, or maybe they switch their projects in the same company. But for juniors, it's like at the beginning it's always difficult. So maybe at the beginning you need to have some patience to work in a project for a while. But after you have this experience, after you work in the same project for 1 to 2 years or in the same company, then you will be able to ask for a larger salary if you make a job change, or you can find yourself better projects, or you can change the company, for example. So that's why I believe if you achieve to get your first job as a junior developer, just try to stay there at least for 1 year. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to reply them. It's like half an hour since we started the live stream, but if you missed it, you will be able to watch that later, because I will put that on a replay. So let's see. We have a question. Gautam says, how can we improve our problem-solving skills? Very good question. Thank you very much for asking. Problem-solving skills for development, I think you are a developer, right? It comes with experience. You need you need to try writing codes and working in. You need to find projects. You need to work in projects, and with a couple of years of experience, you will see that your problem solving skills will improve. And okay, you are a student. Then you should start finding some projects by yourself. You need to have the mindset of a programmer. You know what I mean? You need to first of all, you need to learn how to code, because you can, if you understand the logic, the algorithms, like how an algorithm works, how you can code the logic behind coding, then you can later learn any programming language you want, and you can start working in projects. Even if you are a student, actually I talked that at the beginning of this live stream, you can find maybe an internship program and start working right away in a project, in a company, or maybe you can find it by yourself as a freelancer. So and then you will start asking questions. Like once you get the job, the project, you will receive assignment tasks, and you will see that, okay, for example, they want you to build something, but you can't do that. So how are you gonna do it? You need to start asking questions. You will use Google more, and you will start thinking more. You will discuss your problems with your colleagues more, and with time you will see that your problem solving skills will improve, because that's what actually engineering is. So that's why it's software engineering. But that's a good question. I hope I can answer. I hope I could answer it. Thank you too. If you have other questions, just feel free to ask them. Okay, we have a new question. It says, what type of questions will be asked in the interview? You mean technical interviews or non-technical interviews? Let me ask you first, because they can differ a lot. If you are talking about technical interviews, then they will differ a lot. Coding, okay. Most of the technical questions, coding questions I have seen till now, they aren't very difficult. They are like, for example, they give you a paragraph, and they want you to divide it into characters, like you do that with JavaScript, or you build a simple, for example, to-do list, like very simple things. Or maybe they just ask you very simple algorithm questions, or something with database. They will give you, if you have learned, I don't know, if you have learned Oracle or MySQL, then they will give you a question about a database, and you need to, for example, retrieve some data back from the database, or they give you to write a little algorithm, for example, to build. It can actually also be CSS questions, like, for example, they can ask you to build a landing page only with CSS and HTML and a little bit of jQuery, and like easy things like that, like anyone can do, I believe. But sometimes some companies may go really hard, may ask you really difficult questions, and you may not be able to pass it, and that's okay. Like if you can't pass the technical interview, then just don't get demotivated and unmotivate yourself, because there will be always some questions that you won't be able to solve. So I believe the more interviews you make, the more technical interviews you do, the better you come. But it can be actually any kind of technical questions they can ask. It can differ from CSS to I don't know, to basic jQuery, maybe to Angular, or to database or PHP. It depends on the company actually. But that's a good question. I think we can talk that in another section later. So I can give you some examples, like what kind of questions they are asking. But also it changes a lot. With time, they also change their way of asking questions. Okay, we have a new question. Gautam says again, how to approach to a solution for a coding problem? Very good question. First of all, you need to think, how can I solve this problem? You will probably have a couple of ways, that first way, second way, third way, or maybe you have no idea how to solve it. When I have a question, when I have a problem, and I can't solve it, first of all, I think, what could I do to solve this problem? Okay, so this is the approach. If I know how to do that, actually, in projects, first of all, the difficult part is to locate why the problem is happening and where the problem is happening. Like if you are working in a project, first of all, you know that there is a problem, but you don't know where it is or why it is happening. So you need to, first of all, learn debugging. You need to debug the code. You need to learn, let me write it. You need to learn debugging. Okay, so that's very important. And after you achieve to locate the problem, why is it happening, and where is it happening, then you will have some ideas how to solve it. And after that, yes, exactly, that's a very good answer, I think. If you don't know how to handle it, then you will ask Google or basically Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is one of the most websites that we use a lot. You basically go there and ask for a solution, and you will probably find an answer, and you just copy. So Hayrettin says a very good reply. That's mostly what developers do. But sometimes it's just more complicated than going to Stack Overflow and finding a solution, because sometimes they don't have it, or maybe your project doesn't have it. So you need to ask your colleagues probably, and you need to learn debugging. That's very important. If you can do that, then you will find a way to solve it. Okay, your second live. Yes, that's my second live. This time I am using a software called Streamlive, which actually helps us to make better live streams. But there was a little technical problem. I can't share my screen, and I need to figure that out, why is it happening. But actually, so far it's good. At least I can see the comments better. That's also something. In the future, maybe I will do more live streams, like weekly or so. But let's see. I need to have a schedule for that. At least I can interact with you guys more and better if you make more live streams, I believe. Posting videos are also good, but then the interaction is a little bit low. Okay, I am asking in coding interview, sir, how to approach. It's the same thing. It's not that different. You will receive a technical assignment probably, and if you don't know how to solve it, then you actually can Google it, and that's fine. The companies also allow you to use internet when you're in a technical assignment process. They allow you to use the internet and to ask Google or Stack Overflow and find a solution from that, because they even themselves know that we cannot memorize anything. So you shouldn't memorize code. Okay, so that's important. You shouldn't memorize anything. You should learn how to write code, how an algorithm works. You should have an understanding how to write a function, for example, how to use classes, maybe object-oriented programming. They are all concepts. And if you can do that, then you can use Google or use Stack Overflow to find your solutions that you get on technical assignments. Also for CSS, that's also true. That it's not possible to memorize everything in our head because there are so many things. Development is very, very large. Just start taking these technical assignments and you will probably understand what I mean. Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever so far made job interviews and technical interviews? Let me ask it. Have you ever had job interviews? Let's see. I think I am working as a software developer over 6 years, and I made like around, I think I made around 100 job interviews. I also changed my job a couple of times. Okay, so Aman Sarkar says, yes, currently in a job interview. Okay, great. I wish you good luck. I'm a fresher. I joined Tech Mahindra last week. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations, and I wish you a lot of success in your first job. Okay, Gautam says, no, I am in my third year. Okay, so you have one more year, but actually you can start looking for internships if you are in the third year, and you should look for internships. And if you achieve to get an internship, then you need to prove yourself there. It's like it's a very good chance to get a job after the internship program. It was like if you work there a couple of months, the expectations from students are not very high. So that's why if you are in the internship program and you work there for a couple of months, and you make connections, you meet new people, you are good with your colleagues, you show a lot of interest, and you want to learn new things, then you will probably get the job offer. So you don't have to look for many jobs after you graduate. And aiming for product-based company. I didn't understand what that means. Okay. Hayrettin says, it was from Trendyol. They sent me a quiz about writing test with jQuery. Yeah. Okay. Test is interesting. I haven't heard about tests before that they're asking test. But jQuery is actually can be a good assignment that they can ask. So could you achieve to do that, or did you need to learn more jQuery? I don't know. jQuery is still popular, but not that much as before. I don't know if there's why they still are asking jQuery. It's kind of old. You will probably get a lot of technical interviews, jobs interviews during your career. So at the beginning, it might be like it might be a little bit if you can pass them, it might be a little bit unmotivating. But later, you will learn that you will get deal with this rejection problem from job interviews. It's not personal. It's not personal. Sometimes even if you could achieve the test assignments to pass them, sometimes they won't hire you. That's like, I don't know why. They just don't hire you. Okay, let's say Hayrettin says, yes, I succeeded. Congratulations. Congratulations. They phoned me for it. This week I will have interview in phone again. Okay, that's probably the third interview, I think. And good luck for that. I hope you will get the job. Trendyol is a good company to start, I think, in Turkey. And later you can switch your career, switch your company, I mean. Thank you, sir, for the information. You're welcome. You're welcome. Feel free to always ask any questions for any videos that I make. Sometimes I receive a lot, but there can be very good questions to talk about. And in the near future, like in a couple of weeks, I am planning to start like video podcasting. So till now I made a lot of tutorial videos, but from now I'm actually wishing to make more video podcasting. Like we're gonna make more chat. So that's why these kinds of questions that I receive from you guys are actually I will be happy to respond them and as much as I can. And some of the questions are very important. They can be very helpful for other junior developers and students. I think it's a big step for working in abroad in the future too. Yes, sure. If you have 2 to 3 years experience as a software developer, then if you are planning to work abroad later, you will easily do that. But you need to be able to speak English like I do now, because in software development, English is a must. Like if someone can't understand how like talking English at least a little bit, then that might be pretty difficult for working abroad. Okay, there are currently 7 people watching our live stream, and the other guys are more silent. They didn't ask any question. Only 2, 3 of you. Okay, we have a new question. It says, Kartik, what's your opinion about full stack web development in 2021? Full stack web development can be difficult for beginners. Like if you are just starting right away, I don't know. If you are starting right away, then I can suggest you to choose a path. Like either you become a backend developer or either you become a front-end developer at the beginning, and later you can move your path as a full stack developer. Or as an alternative, you can learn JavaScript, because today JavaScript is also being used with Node.js in the backend, so that you can become a full stack developer. But full stack development will be there for a long time, and it's a very solid job now and will be a solid job in the future. So if you are interested in web development, then choosing full stack path will be a great way for you. But the downside for this is that you need to learn a lot of things from back to the front side. It can be difficult, but it will be a solid job, and you can actually also earn more money in comparison to a front-end developer, because they have more they have more tasks to solve from front to the back part. Can we call old webmasters our new full stack developers? I don't know, maybe. Maybe you can call that if you like. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kartik. When I was a student, we started with C programming language. I don't know if they are still teaching. It was like 2009, 2010, like 10, 11 years ago. First of all, we learned programming with C, and then we moved with C++, object-oriented programming, and so on. I don't know if that's still the case. Actually, it can differ. JavaScript I learned much later. I learned like very, very little in school, JavaScript, but later I moved my career as a web developer, actually front-end developer, and then I learned more about JavaScript and the frameworks. Let's wait a couple of more minutes. We started with Pascal, okay. That's also, I heard that a couple of times that they started with Pascal. Actually, I believe that maybe starting directly with Java or C++, actually Java can be great because it's widely used, and yeah, after that we learned C and C#. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay, they always, I think the ordinary universities, the ordinary teaching way is still with starting with a low-level language like C or Pascal, and later they move on with more high-level programming languages. Just to make people to understand like how to code and how things work, how data structures work, and something like that. But I don't know if that's still helpful. I'm not sure, because basically every programming language has the similar things. But I heard that they are starting with Python right now. Yeah, that would be a better decision. I think because Python is very beginner friendly. It has a very beginner friendly syntax. So I can also suggest if anyone has no idea how to code, starting with Python can be a good choice. What's your opinion about GitHub Copilot from developer's perspective? I made a video about GitHub Copilot. I don't know if you could see that before. I haven't used it by myself yet, the GitHub Copilot, but I have an idea. I have an idea which can be actually, it can be helpful. It can be helpful because if that works correctly, by the way, if GitHub Copilot does the job without any bugs or so, then it can gain us some time that if we don't know how to write something, or if you don't we don't need to memorize everything, just going to Google or Stack Overflow and search something for that, we can basically write it on GitHub Copilot, and it will actually make some suggestions. It will write the code by itself, and then we can change the code anytime we want. Actually, I am more interested about this question. What companies will think about GitHub Copilot? We need to find that out. Whether in the future we will see that whether more companies are going to use, or more projects are going to use GitHub Copilot for developers, or maybe they don't. I don't know. But for personal projects, just for fun, we can try using GitHub Copilot, and let's find out how it works. But I think in simple projects, it can be quite useful, like making our process faster, because you can also write not only coding, you can also write like HTML, CSS, basically. It can be quite useful. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, if industry starts using it, don't you think it will replace developers to some extent? You mean GitHub Copilot? If industry starts using GitHub Copilot, I believe that in the short term, it won't be possible to replace programmers, because programming is a very complicated job, and AI won't be able to take our jobs from our hands that quick. In the far future, I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe in the 20 or 30 years later, many things can happen. But in the near future, I don't think that's possible, because think about it. Like there are still many jobs that are not so difficult to do. Like maybe taxi drivers or cashiers or something like that. And still, AI didn't take them. So if this AI revolution will happen, I think firstly we will see that these jobs will disappear. The basic jobs first disappear. Programming is a much more complicated job, so that's why in the short term, I don't think it will replace us. It's not that easy, because there are also many systems that need to work together. Once you are in a project, you will see that it's not just a simple small project like you write with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then you deploy it, and it's not that easy. There are many extensions you need to use. The backend side need to communicate with the front end side. People need to do that. I think like AI won't be that advanced. I think we won't see that in the next 20 years or so. That's not possible, I think. Okay, I didn't experience Copilot, but I saw a picture about Copilot can suggest API token for your tokens. Is it possible, or did they fix this? Well, I haven't used personally for Copilot yet, so I don't know if that's possible. But I also heard that there are still a lot of bugs in the Copilot system, that it doesn't work that correctly. Maybe it can do some suggestions, but I heard that some of them don't make much sense or something like that. We need to gather more information about this Copilot thing. It's still something new, but let's see. And if we start gonna use it, then I will also talk more about it on my channel. Maybe I need to join to the GitHub Copilot. Currently it is free, but I think later they will make it paid. Okay, after JavaScript, what should next? Joshua Garonda, if I talked your name correctly. Joshua, what you want to do? You want to work in the front-end part, or you want to work in the back-end part? Just tell us. Let's see. If you want to work in the back-end part after JavaScript, you can both. Okay. You can, after learning JavaScript, you can learn Node.js, and you can learn a framework or a library. You can go with React. I can suggest you to learn React.js, because it's much easier to learn. You won't have to invest that much time. And definitely for the backend side, you should learn Node.js. Before Node.js, it was like more Java and PHP. They still exist. They are still there, but I see that now newer projects are choosing mostly Node.js and React together. Okay, next question. What do you think about web development in the future? How it will evolve? Very good question, Hayrettin. Web development will be there for a long time, I think. It's not going to disappear. Like how it will evolve, it's hard to say, but I think there will be much more frameworks and libraries we will see, because what I see each year is coming something new. Like 10 years ago, we didn't had, I think we had AngularJS, but we didn't have React, we didn't have Vue.js. Now later they came. The same for CSS. Before we only had CSS itself. Then later starting to come like Flexbox, CSS Grid, Bootstrap, and many other frameworks. So I believe it will evolve like more and more frameworks and libraries we will see that will help us to write code. I think my question is very general. I mean, will JavaScript exist or will we use another language? No, I think for web development, JavaScript is the main, and it will probably exist for a very long time. JavaScript, because it's the only language for web development. I don't think in the short time will be there a second language, because they already improved JavaScript with ES6. Before there were some problems with JavaScript. So they just published ES6 and they published TypeScript, which is very helpful that they work, that you can write over JavaScript. So if you learn them, if you learn ES6 or TypeScript, that will be good. A complete new language, I don't think they will do that. I don't know. I don't expect, at least. By the way, guys, at the end of this live stream, you will be able to see that, I think a couple of hours later when YouTube publishes it. You can watch it on the replay section. There were like a couple of minutes I didn't talk much, so I will try to cut them. So you will be able to go back of this live stream and watch it again. And let me know if you watch this on the replay section after later. Okay, how do we select which framework is the best for our projects? That's hard to say. First of all, I think that's something personal, because some people I see that they are like Angular fans or React fans. But a framework is more like of a when you choose a framework, you have to stay within it. Like if you choose, for example, Angular, you cannot apply jQuery over it. You know what I mean? It's like more strict. What I see so far is that large companies are preferring to use Angular. And more dynamic companies, more smaller companies, they use either Vue.js or React in their projects. But at the end of the day, it's just their personal preference, I think. If you want more flexibility, then you should go with React, because it's a library and it basically leaves you what you want to do with the rest of your project. But if you use like Vue.js or Angular, then you need to you have a strict choice. Like you need to stay within it, and you can do only what Angular provides you. So that's why people are moving away from frameworks. That's what I see so far. There are still also projects that use only jQuery, like older projects, and I think it was okay. But later they did new frameworks, and okay, of course they have their good sides, advantages, but you won't have much flexibility if you go with a framework. And if you work with a small projects, then I think you don't need to use a framework at all. Like more complex projects with more data management, if you need work with data a lot, then you can go with React or with a framework. But for smaller projects, I think that's not necessary. There were you guys asked me good questions in this live stream. I can actually publish either question another video for that. Thanks for insightful ideas. I should let others ask questions too. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You also asked really good questions, and I think those questions can be spoken later in other live streams and in other videos. because that's actually many people want to know. They can't decide how to move, what to choose, and so we can talk that. I can make another session for these questions, and we can talk like more in details. Okay, Kartik says, is it possible to shift from web developer to software developer? If yes, what should be the ideal approach? It's possible. It's possible. Yes. It depends on what you want to do, because once you learn how to code, maybe you are a web developer and you don't want to do that anymore. That's fine. If you know how to write JavaScript, and maybe you want to become a mobile application developer, fine. Then you're gonna start learning the programming languages for mobile application development. I heard like Swift. I think is Swift is very popular. Objective C, I heard, is very popular. So you can learn them and move your career with as a mobile application developer. In one of my older projects, I had a colleague that he was before a web developer and switched his career from a web developer to mobile application developer. It's possible. Actually, it depends on what you want to do. Okay, I think that's all for today. And if you don't have any more questions, guys. Okay, one last game, sure. Let's say. One last question. What is the difference between software engineer and software developer? They are actually the same. They are like the same. Maybe the definition is like, I'm not quite sure. Maybe software engineers are called like someone with a degree, and developers are like, they are just coders, you know. But they do the same job. There's not a big difference, I think. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for joining to our live stream. And I think the next one will be probably on October. And I think I will do more live streams after October, if I can, the schedule. And as said, I will also make more, I will turn my channel into more video podcasting. So we will discussing these questions that you asked today much more on my channel. And hopefully they will be help you through your career. So see you guys in the next live stream. Bye.